Tottenham Hotspur finished 17th in the Premier League last season, and our manager, the first manager to win a trophy in 17 years, was sacked on the back of it. After that, Chairman Daniel Levy told us that he wants to win the Premier League and the Champions League, and his actions have done completely the opposite. We are now at the 3rd of July, and we still have not brought in a player that has not played for us already, because we signed Kevin Danso, we signed Matthias Tell, we've brought in Luka Vuskovic. Come on, guys, we've had these guys on the books for ages. Obviously, Danso and Tell played last season, but Vuskovic we signed, 2 seasons ago? So, what is going on? Honestly, what is going on? Because every other team in the Premier League, barring Forest and Fulham, have made a transfer this summer. Actually, I don't know if West Ham have, but yeah, I mean though, guys, come on, what are we doing here? Just looking at it now, they actually have made a signing. Todibo and Daniel Cummings. I don't even know who Daniel Cummings is. Came from Celtic, but do you know what I mean? So every other team in the Premier League is doing things to improve their squad, and Tottenham Hotspur have done nothing. Is finishing 17th not good enough? Obviously, yes. I get we had to sack Ange, but we're just setting up the new manager to fail. We're literally no better than we were last season anyway. So I don't understand what is going on and why Tottenham Hotspur always do this. We look at the teams that we're trying to compete with. Chelsea, they just sign everybody. Arsenal, you know what I mean? We're not even competing with Arsenal, let's be real. But we want to compete with Arsenal, making signings. Liverpool, if we want to win the league, we've got to compete with Liverpool, spending the absolute bag. Man City brought in 8 players since January? Who else is there? Aston Villa struggle with PSR, but somehow still managed to find a way to bring in players. And Tottenham Hotspur, once again, just do nothing. And I'm not even taking the excuse of, Thomas Frank still needs to see the players in training, but we've still got gaps in our team that aren't going to... What's he going to do? We need to fill. We don't have a number 6. Basuma cannot be relied on. What we saw last season of Basuma, yes, he performed in the biggest game when we needed him to, and I will forever love Basuma for it. But we have seen time and time again that his discipline is just not there for what we need at that level. We need a proper number 6. Bentancur is not a number 6. Archie Gray is 19 years old. Yes, he could be the future, but he's not the present. He's just not going to be at that level that we need. We're playing Champions League football next season, and we are doing nothing. What I don't understand, the players come back in 2 days for pre-season, and there's going to be no new faces. Obviously, Vuskovic is going to be a new face, but he's not going to take us to the next level. Van der Ven, we know his hamstrings can clearly not handle a whole season, so we need adequate backup for Van der Ven. People are going to say, we got Dancer, we got Ben Davies. Ben Davies is the only other left-footed centre-back that we have, and he's not even a centre-back, he's just a stopgap. And as much as I rate Ben Davies as a person, not as a player, obviously, yes, he probably gives you 6, 7 out of 10 every single game, but Ben Davies is not what we need to, quote Daniel Levy, win the Premier League and win the Champions League. So what is going on? Honestly, I don't understand it. Obviously, we see the links with, we tried to get Brian and Buemo. Obviously, that's not going to happen because we don't want to pay the wages that big teams do. We've seen, obviously, the links with Mohamed Kudus. So it obviously means that we know that we need a winger. So why are we not getting these positions at least done? If we need a winger, we should have a winger at Tottenham Hotspur by Saturday for pre-season. But, of course, Tottenham never do that, do we? Pochettino was always screaming for that. Obviously, Conte, we knew was going to lose his absolutely you-know-what if he didn't get the players. So Antonio Conte was one manager that we saw players coming in early. Obviously, we saw Perisic, Fraser Forster. I can't even remember the summer under Conte, and I don't even want to remember it. But he was a manager that got players in before pre-season because he would have just lost it completely. And I don't understand why we bring in a new manager after finishing 17th, and now we're just doing exactly the same things that cost us in these situations. And now we're going to bring play. We're going to, I don't even know when they go to South Korea. It's not just South Korea. They're going to Asia, but what, in 2 weeks? So within the next 2 weeks, they're going to have to really get very, very busy. And the likelihood is Tottenham Hotspur are not going to get busy until the back end of the transfer window. And then we're just setting ourselves up to fail again because we've got a new manager. It's going to be a new system. So the players need to be in as soon as possible in order for us to push on them. We just never do it. I never understand why we wait so long. Players don't get pre-season. They either get injured or they just don't hit the heights till midway through the season. And that's a big thing to do with pre-season. Pre-season is massive for players. And even stuff like building relationships on and off the pitch. Pre-season is the best time for that because they're travelling across the world together. And Tottenham just once again, honestly, we just kill ourselves. Not we, because we as fans would love for the players to come in. And we've said it for years, but the hierarchy just kill us. Season in, season out. And as I say, that the words just aren't backing. Honestly, the fact that Levy said that he wants to win the Premier League and wants to win the Champions League. Well, when do you want to do it? Because it's obviously that's already ruled out for next season. That is ruled out for next season, and I will stand on that. And if we do win the Premier League, I will be the first to come here and say I apologise. But I guarantee we are not going to win the Premier League next season, and we are not going to win the Champions League next season. So why is Daniel Levy saying that then? And honestly, like so many things. Let's talk about Carl Walker-Peters, a free agent. Why have we not wrapped that one up then? Because we don't have to pay a fee. Obviously, yes, I know the player gets a little join and on fee, but light work, absolutely light work. I'm pretty sure he's represented by CAA as well. Obviously, an agency that Spurs have got very, very good links with. All the players we've got on the team: Maddison, Son, Porro, Richarlison, Postecoglou was there. I think young players, Dane Scott, Alfie, you know what I mean. Look how many players are at that agency that Carl Walker-Peters are represented by, and we still can't wrap up a free transfer. And Thomas Frank, it can't be like Thomas Frank's waiting to see the data on him because the data's going to be there. He's not going to be playing at another club. So, honestly, what are we doing? Like, what are we actually doing? And then we see a player that we've tracked for so long, Eze, Tottenham now backing away from. Why? Why are we backing away from it? He's an England international. He's a player with proven Premier League experience. He scores goals. He's electric. And we're just going to let him go to a team down the road that, let's be honest, don't really need him as much as we do. But because we don't want to pay the wages or we don't want to do it quickly, he's going to end up going down the road. And I have no doubt if he goes down the road, he's probably going to make them much a better team. So what are we doing and why do we always do this? That I really don't understand what's going on there. Just really, I'm not even trying to swear here, but you know what I mean? It just pees me off so much because we just set ourselves up for failure every single season. And then the same thing happens. Thomas Frank doesn't get backed. He's probably going to lose his job. I don't know. Obviously, that's a bit harsh to say. But you know what I mean? Like, come on, you're not helping him. You brought in a new manager. And what, you just wanted to melt miracles? The team that Thomas Frank has left, Brentford, have gotten a new manager and have already signed a player from Feyenoord. I'm not saying he's a world beater, but how will Brentford, who lost their manager, then had to go and rebuild with a new manager, have already gone and signed a player for this new manager? Why did Brentford move better than Tottenham? See? Tottenham always trying to cut corners, always trying to find deals, and as I say, it's just killing ourselves. Year in, year out, we are absolutely killing ourselves. You guys let me know in the comments what you think as well. Is there any reason that we're not doing it? Like, should we be waiting for other players, the players that we're looking at Club World Cup or whatever? What players do you think we should bring in as well? What players do you think should go out? And guys, what do you think about Daniel Levy doing this once again? Do you think Thomas Frank will make it to... Will he make it longer than Nuno? But I think he's going to have to because... But that's what I'm saying. If he loses... We're going to get... Well, we could easily get battered in the Super Cup, which could have happened under Ange as well, so it's not even a manager thing. But if we get battered in the Super Cup, and let's say we lose more than half of our first 10 games, it's going to be under serious pressure. And that is none helped by the fact that he's got the same squad that finished 17th, plus Luka Vuskovic. Wow. Absolutely wow. But, guys, let me know what you think as well, because Tottenham Hotspur, once again, killing my mood. Over a month before the season has started, I'm already throwing in the white towel. How can that be? How can that be? Coming off the back of our first trophy in so long, sacking one of the greatest managers in... Not one of the greatest, but you know what I mean? He's a legendary manager now, and we're just shooting ourselves literally in the foot every single time. Let me know. Smash like. Please subscribe to the channel. We'll be back. Peace and love.